Hello folks, how is it going? Welcome to another video. Welcome to the topics. We've had a Sunday rally and I really thought that this Sunday rally was not going to last, at least for Monday. I thought Monday was going to be red. We did have a correction indeed, but right now everything is pointing up in the short and medium term. So let's look at the charts and talk more about it in today's video. So as we said, we are indeed looking upwards on our cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at the charts. Let's actually start with CoinMarketCap as always. Now going to CoinMarketCap, we can see that we are at 42 on the Fear and Greed Index, but all of our currencies in the 24 hours, they are green. So Bitcoin 1.64%, Ethereum 3.82, we have XRP at 230, we have BNB at 187, Solana at 189. So if we look right here, we are at $115,560. $4,200 for Ethereum, XRP at 268, BNB at 1100, 1150, Solana above the $200, and then we go down to Hyperliquid back to the $47. So looking at Ethereum right now, we can see that on the daily we had a huge bump right here on Sunday. So Sunday got some volatility and we pushed up towards the 4130, 4140 yesterday. And then today seems like we're still going to go up. And that is weird because usually when we see Sunday bumps, they tend to be Monday corrections, but it wasn't the case because if we look on the 4-hour charts, we can see that we did have a correction, but it was just to the halfway here to the 9 moving average. And now it looks like we're going to go up even more. So the MACD is showing strength. We look a little overbought here on our side, but because we're on the 4 hours, it means that we can still expand that for quite a while, like we did right here, for example, where we had higher highs, even though we had lower lows on the RSI. So looking at this, we could be looking at another couple of hours going up in the green, maybe towards 43, maybe even 4,400. What matters is we need to close and hold above the 100 and 200 moving average, which is the white and blue line. If we hold above this, we should be good to go with Ethereum. It means that Ethereum is strong and we want to see a strong Ethereum because it is bullish for us. Now, looking on Bitcoin, now Bitcoin on the daily, it looks like it is recovering from this bottom right here at 105 that we had. And yesterday also a Sunday pump day, but differently, we are still continuing. We have the RSI at 55, meaning that we still have a lot to go. We have the MACD right here, bullish on the MACD on the daily. On the weekly, we closed last week in a very good green candle. So let me actually zoom in so you guys can see. We closed last week in a very good way, very good way. The MACD might show that now we're going to retrace, that we're slowing down and going towards the green, might show that, so we have to wait on the weekly to confirm. The 4 hours is strong on the direction. We went back to the yellow line and now it looks like we're going to be looking at 117. But again, same thing as we talked about for Ethereum, we want to hold above these two lines, the white line and the blue line. These are the moving average. So these are the 200 and 100 moving averages. So we have for Bitcoin 113 that we want to hold above that, so we can hold that number as the next support, and 117, that is what we have to break. And if we break that, or even just holding above this number, for example, which is the 115, the 117 would be appropriate, which is right on here, 117,500. Holding above this number is good for Bitcoin, is good for our currencies. So keeping that in mind, and if we go looking at the total, this is the total market cap for crypto. We bottomed out right here. This is Friday, the 10th of October, which was that liquidation day. Then we had another bottom right here, Friday the 17th. Now it looks like we are going up on the daily. We have to wait to see if we're going to go above this 3.94 trillion right here. If we close above that, we're going to be doing higher highs, and then we can be looking at the next step at the 4.2. This is the all-time high for crypto. So the total is very good because it is not only Bitcoin and Ethereum, it is all the cryptocurrencies, all the market cap. So this is very bullish for us, especially if we go above the 3.95. Now, looking at Ethereum Bitcoin, we can see that since August, Ethereum has been losing to Bitcoin, meaning that if you were holding Bitcoin, you would have been way better than just holding Ethereum. But now it seems like we're going to flip that. We thought so right here. We thought so right here as well. But then in the grand scheme of things, we kept going down. But now we have to see if we're going to break above this, because if we do, and then it's going to be more profitable to hold Ethereum than Bitcoin. But again, we need to keep an eye on this right here, because it could be that it's just going to hold right here and then it's going to go down. We want to see confirmation that it breaks, it tests this again, and then goes up. If we have that, it means that now money is going to flow more towards Ethereum than Bitcoin, and we should start seeing this chart go up and being more favorable of Ethereum. Last but not least, on the topics right here, I have indeed opened a trade. I sold a put. I actually this morning was bearish, so I was gonna sell calls, but then I started looking at all these indicators and everything that I just showed you, and it looks like we're gonna be pushing at least for today to tomorrow, so very short intraday. This is why I sold a 40.25 put for Ethereum, and I collected $77 so far. If I were to close this, I would do 0.7% out of the investment, out of the margin that I deposited. So hopefully this is good and we can collect this. The other strategies for December, for November, this one, I'm not even sure that we're going to make some money out of this, but maybe Solana and XRP, these are still doable, but it doesn't look like the percentages. We are minus 64%, minus 68, and minus 69. So we have to wait and see how it goes on this end. But this is it. Again, if you missed the last two videos, we already closed and we stopped the Phoenix strategy. So if you look right here, we don't have the Phoenix strategy anymore. We only have the 0DT strategy. And this is because now we're going to be focusing on adding another strategy, which are 0DT for altcoins. We're already running the tests, back testing everything, making sure it is a very good strategy. But so far for the month of October, 2.69 right here for our 0DT. And we have almost 4 million right here in assets under management. So very good. Hopefully we can get another trade by Friday. Maybe we can even look towards the 3% right here. This would be very fantastic for everyone. So keep an eye on this. But yeah, this is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, we have some predictions. I wrote down the predictions that Crypto Ricardo, other people left, I think 2 or 3 videos ago, when I asked, hey, what are the predictions for the end of the year, especially for the end of the month and then for the end of the year. And I'm going to be comparing that soon. So keep an eye on the next videos. Again, if you want to reach out to me, if you want to reach out to the topics, we have links in the description, or you can just follow me on my Twitter. I am very active now, especially right now in these last few days, last few weeks on Twitter. So if you want to talk to me directly, you can check it out over there. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully we have an amazing week. I see you guys on Friday for another video. Thank you so much. Take care. Peace.